everybody. We're going to have a 45-minute session with people on either sides of the political spectrum talking about the new health care legislation. First is Henry Aaron, who's a senior fellow in economic studies at the Brookings Institution. He's been with Brookings since 1968, and prior to that had served as assistant secretary for planning and evaluation at the Department of Health, Education and Welfare, as it was called at the time. He served in the Carter administration, has been a Guggenheim Fellow, and during that tenure he was at the Center for Advanced Studies at Stanford University. He has a degree from UCLA and a PhD in economics from Harvard. And our other speaker, kind of on the other end of the spectrum, is Gail Walensky, who had served during the administration of the first President Bush as secretary for, or the director of HCFA, which is now the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. She also is an economist, an expert in, she's now with Project Hope, the International Health Foundation. She's focused on issues involving Medicare, comparative effectiveness, and military health care. She, as I say, served under President Bush, is an elected member of the Institute of Medicine, and has served 2 terms on its governing council. So with that, I would like to turn over the mic to Dr. Aaron and then to Dr. Walensky. Then I'll ask a few questions, and then we're encouraging all of you to jump in as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Gail and I are going to briefly introduce the topic, and then I hope we'll have time for some exchange involving all of us. When we were asked to come 6 weeks or 2 months ago to this event, the sponsors actually didn't know what this session was going to be about. The reason they didn't know what it was going to be about was because nobody knew at the time whether the health reform legislation would actually be approved in Congress or not. We could have been spending today on a post-mortem about why health reform failed. Instead, we're talking about a process that, in a very real sense, is only just beginning.